Namaskar friends, welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. In this video, I am going to discuss the monthly horoscope prediction for Feb 2025 for the fourth sign in the zodiac, which is Cancer, known as Karka Rashi. I will advise to watch prediction from both your ascendant and moon sign, as over a period of time you will know exactly which sign prediction you resonate most with. I will be covering several major life areas in this video, such as career, health, business, finance, marriage, travel, and much more. Before I dive into the prediction part, let me take some time to show you the planetary alignment and transits this month. Starting with Jupiter, it will be placed in your 11th house in the sign of Taurus all month long. Mars will be placed in the 12th house in the sign of Gemini all month long. You have Ketu, the south node of the moon, placed in the 3rd house in the sign of Virgo. Similarly, its counterpart Rahu, the north node of the moon, will be placed in the 9th house in the sign of Pisces, along with Venus, who will be exalted all month long in the 9th house as well. Coming to Saturn, Mercury, and Sun. Saturn will be placed all month long in the 8th house in its own Mool Trikon Aquarius. Mercury and Sun for the first couple of weeks will be placed in the 7th house in the sign of Capricorn, but in the last couple of weeks they will both join Saturn in the 8th house in the sign of Aquarius. Finally, Moon, your ascendant lord, your Lagnesh, the fastest moving planet, will keep changing signs every 2 to 3 days, so it will keep moving throughout the month. So these are the key placement and position of all the 9 planets. Now let's start talking about the areas of life with the career area first. In terms of job and professional life, you see that your career lord Mars will be placed in the 12th house in the enemy sign of Gemini. So this month you will have to maintain caution. Avoid taking hasty career related impulsive decisions, because Mars is a very hasty and impulsive planet, and it is placed in the 12th house of loss, expenses, sudden abrupt endings, changes, and also in the enemy sign of Gemini. And the dispositor Mercury will also be placed in the Ashtam Bhava, the 8th house, in the last couple of weeks. So as you can see, you have to maintain caution, you have to take things a bit slow and steady this month. Try to stay focused on your job, on your duties, and you will do fine. Definitely avoid workplace and office politics, gossiping, backbiting, indulging in any unnecessary quarrels, disputes with your colleagues, bosses, subordinates. Try to instead be completely committed, dedicated, and focused on your targets, on your projects, on your goals, on your objectives. And that way, you can avoid any major disruptions in your career area. If I talk about business, then overall for business area, the first couple of weeks are looking to be decent. You have Jupiter's beneficial impact on the 7th house, and even the natural Karaka Mercury will be in the 7th house of business itself, along with Sun, which controls the 2nd house of wealth. So some good profits, revenues can be seen in the first couple of weeks, but in the last couple of weeks, you have to be very cautious, as your business lord Saturn will eventually become combust by Sun, right? So one has to maintain caution in business related activities in the last couple of weeks of Feb 2025. If I talk about finance, then overall the financial area is showing mediocre strength this month. Some factors are advantageous, like Jupiter's transit in the 11th. Then you have Sun's impact on its own house in the last couple of weeks. But then you also have Saturn's malefic impact in the first couple of weeks. Then you have Venus exalted in the ninth but conjunct with the malefic planet Rahu. So, if you mix and match, it is going to be a mediocre month for finances. So, do your wise investments, avoid risky speculative investments like penny stocks, cryptocurrency, gambling, betting, and you will be fine. If we talk about health, then overall the health area is looking to be okay throughout the month. Just do not neglect any chronic related health issues. If something was to bother you, make sure to get that checked up in a timely manner. But if you take good care of your health, you eat the right kind of food, do moderate to mild exercise, do yoga, pranayama, meditation, then your health should remain good for the most part. Love life, in terms of the relationship department, for single people, it is not a good time for you to get into a new relationship. Reason being, first of all, your fifth house will be impacted by Saturn with its 10th aspect. Then you have the fifth lord itself being placed in the 12th house of loss, expenses, and that too in the enemy sign of Gemini. So, best to be a bit cautious in this area. For those couples already in a relationship, there can be a lot of hurdles, ups and downs that can be felt this month. So try to work things accordingly. Try not to be too harsh, too blunt in communication with your partner, or that can create unnecessary misunderstandings and can even lead to a potential break in the relationship. Although the saving grace is Jupiter's direct impact on the fifth house, will be there to balance the situation to a great extent. For those couples already in a relationship, if you're running a good Mahadasha like Jupiter, Venus, then the relationship area is looking to be good, harmonious, and peaceful. But if you are running, let's say, Saturn Dasha, Mars Antardasha, Mars Mahadasha, then there can be some problems in the relationship area for those couples as well. So, be mentally prepared. If I talk about the marriage area for single people wanting to get married, this is definitely not the right month for marriage. Your seventh lord of marriage, Saturn, is now in the eighth house and also will be eventually combust due to being in close conjunction with Sun. So, especially the last couple of weeks are definitely not supportive for marriage. So, be very cautious. So, the first couple of weeks can be okay if you are running a very good Mahadasha, especially Jupiter Mahadasha, Antardasha, or Jupiter Antardasha, and Venus Mahadasha, or something like that. Then it could be okay, but you will have to make sure that your natal chart, Mahadasha, Antardasha, is supporting the same. For couples already married, the first couple of weeks are looking fine, but the last couple of weeks can bring up some issues, especially unresolved issues, pending issues in the married life can surface up as your seventh lord will become combust. So be aware of that. Definitely be honest upfront with your spouse to maintain the harmony and peace in your married life. Now let's talk about children and the progeny area. For those women who are trying to conceive, this month is going to not be as good, especially the first 3 weeks are going to be very hard and are not conducive for that. The last week can provide a bit of a relief, but again, not to a great extent. For those people who have children, then there can be some trying times in the relationship with your children this month, as your fifth lord will be in the 12th house in the strong enemy sign of Gemini. So try to be polite, try not to get into unnecessary quarrels, arguments, disputes with your children, as that will only worsen the situation. But Jupiter's, again, direct impact on the fifth can be a saving grace and will help to moderate the situation to a great extent. If I talk about education, for primary education related matters, the time is looking to be very good as long as you are going to study hard and you are going to remain focused. In terms of higher education, secondary education related area, the time is looking to be very powerful and very auspicious for the most part, as long as students are not going to get distracted by unnecessary temptations. Otherwise, then there could be possible hindrances. But if you're going to be very focused and committed towards your research, towards your studies, towards your academic pursuits, then you will do excellent. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journey, the time in the first couple of weeks is looking to be fine and good, but the last couple of weeks, not as much. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is looking to be good for the most part throughout the month, so you can certainly think of embarking on the same. I believe I covered all the major areas of life for my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. All the best.